sorcerer named Zarok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the realm for his own. The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortescue, led the militia into battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat before the scythe, and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortescue went down in history that day as the hero of Galloway, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years. And then, the sorcerer returned.
Hello, hello, and welcome to my next playthrough, replacing my, Dungeon Cloud Stone Soup plate episodes. That being MediEvil for the PS1. And boy, is that a game I have a lot of fond memories of. It's probably going to be a bit of a shorter playthrough, both shorter episodes and not too many episodes. But hey, I need something of a break for a bit. And also, whoa, what the heck is with the graphics there? And anyway, my voice needs something that lets me talk less. So hey, here we go. And there we are, Sir Daniel Fortescue. One of my childhood heroes from video games? That's not really the correct word.
Sir Daniel Fortescue, see? The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge. The fog of war and the shrouds of time conspired to turn the arrow fodder into the saviour of the day. But we knows better. Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance. A chance to forget the ignoble truth. A chance to defeat Zarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
Oh, so do I. And here we are in the game proper. So, what to say about MediEvil? It sure is a game. Man, did I forget how janky the controls are. So, what do I say about MediEvil? One of my favorite, well, PS1 games. Not that that means much considering, well, what you saw I enjoy in the PS1 currently. So here's some simple things. Select brings the inventory. We only have an arm and a small sword. X is simple attacks. Square is a charge attack, which let us do an AoE. Circle is jump. Triangle is currently just, well, kneeling, I guess. If you double tap any of the arrow keys, you can run. I'm playing this on original PS1. Well, PS1 emulated, but still. And so, yeah, you'd have no control scheme for, what's it called? L3, R3? God, I'm forgetting what those are called. Joysticks, I guess. Anyway, as you can see, something right here, can't really do anything. There's a second thing here on the starting area, daggers, which is a ranged weapon. I'll just switch to this one. There's also this, which will give us a life bottle. We have 300 HP, as you can see up there. Life bottle essentially gives me, I believe, another 150 HP. Anyway, let's look around this beginning area. Oh, there's a star rune. And all the way back here, there's a bit of cash, as well as a chest containing a shield, which lets us use the triangle button for its intended purposes. Shielding. Nothing around here, can't really do anything. And yeah, that's the tutorial zone. Gives you weapon, ranged melee, shows you how to go further up. So yeah, let's actually go to the first level proper. There's a bunch of books here and there giving you some lore-ish about the game, but I don't particularly care, so I'm not going to engage with them. Mainly because, well, the lore here isn't that great, either way. It's fun fluff, but nothing more, I'd say. Here's the first level, the graveyard. First, I'll go just over here and grab some cash. Now, let's just keep going. There's the small hand things here. They don't do anything and you can't attack them. There's the first enemy here, a random zombie. And as I kill him, you can see I got 3% of something. Each level has a chalice, which is a special item that, well, will give you special rewards. In order to be able to acquire that chalice, you need to defeat a certain amount of dudes. And depending on the enemies you kill, they give a certain percentage. So you can see these guys here give about 3%. These guys give about 5%, I believe. Yeah. So different enemies give different percentages. Here you have another rune, which is generally the game's way of giving us, getting you past a special door. For example, right over here, we have this door, which requires our red rune, a chaos rune. And we can go through. Here though, there is a green room required, so we can just kind of walk through. There's of course a bunch of enemies here. We'll just, honestly, spam X and kill them all. Grab this one and, yeah, I believe there was some gold here. So let's pick that up as well. Already at 50%. Another thing to note is this geyser of life energy or whatever. If you step in it, you're slowly going to recover HP. So, let's keep going. A few enemies here. Just kind of blast through them. And we come to the next area. Here we can see the actual chalice. If you attack this statue, it actually opens the door here. But we cannot collect it. Why? Well, we do not have enough chalice power thingy. So in this case, I want to turn it actually towards here. Because there's a door here with a bunch of enemies. Where we can get a bit more chalice power. Whatever you want to call it. And if we go here, yep, a bunch of dudes spawn in. And we get another life bottle. So, you know, more max HP. Sadly, we do not have enough enemies here to get the chalice. But there's some extra gold here. Extra 100. Which will be useful for a bit later. Now let's, let's turn this around to open the Chalice Door and go over here. And hope we find an enemy or two just so we can go grab that chalice. Don't think I need to jump, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, this guy should get me there, right? Yeah, we now have enough for chalice. Let's go down there and grab the chalice. As for what it does, well, I'll explain that when we get to the end of the level. Well, the game kind of spells it out here. The Hall of Heroes awaits. But again, exactly what that means, well, you'll see later. Any other enemies here? There is a random dude. I guess I don't particularly have to care now that I have not enough chalice power. Though well, ooh, bunch of dudes. Probably would have been smart to charge up an AoE attack there. But oh well. Let me guess, there's going to be an ambush here. No? Okay. Some more cash here? I knew it. But as you can see, even the AoE honestly isn't anything good. There's one of these guys here. And if you press X next to them, you can talk and buy supplies. In this case, we can buy more daggers. I don't particularly care about daggers, and they're kind of pricey. So I'm not going to buy anymore. Anyway, going further here, there's even more dudes. More dudes trying to ambush us as well. But you can just kind of keep going. There's a geyser of life energy things here. Nice to top off. And there is some water here. Thankfully, not a lot of deep water, which would instantly, well, kill us, I guess. There's also another shield here, which I probably should use more. But there's knee-deep water, and there's water like down here, which is actually deep water. If I try to enter that water, I would die. So that's not. And, as I said, if you collected a chalice, you get sent to the Hall of Heroes at the end of the level. What does that do? Well, this guy will tell us.
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes, where the bravest warriors from history spend eternity, feasting, singing, and arm wrestling. If they think you're worthy enough, you may be able to persuade them to give you a new weapon.
How do you persuade them that you're worthy enough? Well, you collect chalices. This thing up here kind of, well, keeps track how many you have. And one of them will grow green if, well, they want to talk to you. And this guy wants to do that.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your side again, sir. But hold, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it to the Battle of Galamir. After you were slain, I shot Zarek's champion, Lord Kardok. A clean kill through the eye at some 1,000 yards.
Will we accept? Well, of course we will. Why wouldn't we?
If there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Oh, goodbye, sir.
And we get our first weapon, the crossbow. Instantly way better than the daggers. And an upgrade to them. It's actually a real nice weapon. But I'm generally not going to use it a lot because, well, it's not that useful. Unless there's an enemy you want to stay away from. Which, yeah, there will be some. And, yeah, after you're done with that, just go here and leave the level. Now, since this is very early in the game, levels are quite short. So I'm going to try to do about 2, maybe 3 per episode. Depends on the level. So, yeah, let's do another level. Let's save first, because why not? No, do not replay the graveyard. As you can also see up here, we have a check mark and the chalice here, which means we've cleared the graveyard for everything that matters. So let's go to Cemetery Hill.
So, even from the shackles of death, my old enemy pursues me. You're too late, Fortescue. Already my army has risen from the grave. You will never leave this necropolis.
Wait, wasn't I the guy you killed, like, instantly? Why do you care about me? Was I hyped so much that even you started believing I killed you? Or stopped you? Sure. Like, Fortescue is the character that has, like, all stats in charisma. And nothing in everything else. Anyway, Cemetery. Quite an interesting level. Because there's honestly a lot of puzzling here. Specifically, behind this rock right here. Why is there a lot of puzzling? You'll see in a moment, after I introduce you to a fairly new mechanic. But first, ooh, nice. Let's open this chest and blow all of these guys up. Well, partially. Sometimes you get chests that can kill people. And there's an energy veil, which actually gives us, I think it's 100 HP. It's kind of like an alternative to the HP, what's it called? Fountains? Sure. Man, the camera is awkward. So, I want to go over here, and specifically into that small ditch there. So let's see if I can, ooh, barely, make it by running. After this, I want to now wait a tiny bit till there's no more rocks left, and make another break. Oof, nice, right behind here. Ooh, and there's actually a few more annoying enemies here. These guys are way faster than the other guys. Thankfully, I managed to kill them, and I'm rewarded by the club. The club is a consumable item. As you can see, it has 100% instead of something like a sword, which is just nothing, or daggers, which have a certain amount of uses. The club, each time I attack, uses up some percentage. But it can destroy rocks. Why does that matter? Well. If I go all the way back here, remember there being a giant rock right here. Well, now we can use the club and enter. This place is the Witch's Lair. You know what? Why don't you tell us about it?
Fresh air. We hate these dark old caves and their filthy stench of old witches. A coven of the warty old hags lived here once, unholy fires burning all night while they brewed up unspeakable muck in their cauldrons. They moved on years back, but the smell still makes our eyes sting.
So, as he said, witches used to be here. Oh, well, probably shouldn't use this weapon to kill them, but I have enough percentage. Why does this place matter? Well, this place happens to have our chalice for this level. So, as you might notice, there's this bookcase here. I believe it's pushable? Or maybe breakable? Yeah, breakable with your club. If you enter here, you will see a fire and just some text. If you go up here, though, you'll notice a room that's locked with a bunch of things here. The chalice, enemies, healing items, a special item here, and so on. How do we unlock this? Well, this is the key to unlocking that. We just have to go down here and use our club's second effect. That being, if you press square, you can push it forward and light it on fire. Thankfully, doesn't use up our percentage or something like that. But if it's on fire, we can just go here and open it. And then we kill these bozos coming out. Which, ooh, there's one more left. Perfectly gets us our chalice. Now let's switch over to the sword and pick this stuff up. Oh, there's actually two more left. Oh well. First there's this, which is another shield. Who cares? This, which is the witch's talisman. Something we'll need later. Some money. Let's use some HP recovery. And of course, the chalice for this level. Now that we have all of that, let's actually go finish, well, the level. This is more or less the side quest. Let's actually equip the club again. You might be tempted to save up the club, but here's a tip. Don't. You'll find, when you need it, you'll find it. And the club can be used, damn it, to, well, mother crapper, to actually destroy these rocks, which I'd say is quite useful. I believe there's a shield here, which can also be used to block the rocks, but we've mostly been fine. Ooh, cash. No, I will grab the cash. You cannot stop me. Another one. What's in here? Another shield. Well, don't mind if I do. Honestly, you can kind of just alpha strike and run up here. Hello! Well, that seems a bit dramatic, but okay. And so the gargoyles throwing rocks at us die. Let's heal up. Health. These guys actually aren't unlimited, so you can run out of them if you lost enough HP. But we haven't, so it doesn't matter. So let's go to the Halls of Heroes and then, well, call it for today. I wonder what we'll get this time.
Back from the battle so soon? It must think it is a hero by now. But only a true hero is worthy of a place in the Hall of Heroes. See the ghostly statue of your fraudster self? When it has turned solid, a true hero you will be.
What does the game mean by that? Well, as a matter of fact, right here is a statue of yourself. Currently, it is kind of see-through, because we aren't a hero. We don't deserve to be here. But eventually, it will become solid. Next thing is, this guy wants to talk to us again.
Hurrah! I knew it would take more than an army of the evil dead to throw your strider. I've something that may help you on your quest, Captain. I give it to you freely, though I have no idea what it is.
Do we accept his gifts? Sure. What do we have? Oh, a life bottle. are ready for Hellbars. Well, more or less. So yeah, these guys do not only give you weapons, they also give you, well, special items. Sometimes life bottles, sometimes just money, and sometimes weapons. There's also stuff up here, but we can't even go up here because we're not hero enough, I guess. But anyway, let's check out what's the next level and then call it for today. Sure, let's save. And next time we will, well, be beating the Hilltop Mausoleum. See you then.